Welcome to Frame of Synergy, the channel where we explore global trends, emerging industries, and the forces shaping the future of business. Here we look beyond the headlines to understand how major global events influence markets, industries, and opportunities worldwide. If you enjoy learning about business strategy, economic shifts, and hidden opportunities within global crises, make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and share it with others interested in how the world of business is constantly evolving. Your support helps the channel continue bringing deeper insights and valuable discussions. Today's topic is top business opportunities during war, how crisis creates new markets. War is usually associated with destruction, instability, and uncertainty. Entire regions can experience economic disruption, infrastructure damage, and supply shortages that affect millions of people. However, history consistently shows that periods of conflict also trigger massive economic transformation. When normal systems collapse or are unstable, new needs suddenly emerges, and those needs create entirely new markets. Governments redirect spending, companies adjust their production, and entrepreneurs find ways to solve urgent problems created by the crisis. In many cases, industries that expand during wartime later shape the long-term direction of the global economy. One of the most significant opportunities that emerges during wartime is in defense technology and advanced security systems. Military spending increases rapidly when countries face conflict or rising geopolitical tension. Governments invest heavily in surveillance systems, communication technology, artificial intelligence, satellite and fact laundering. What's especially interesting is that many of these technologies eventually find civilian applications. Innovations originally developed for defense often become tools for commercial logistics, environment monitoring, infrastructure management, and transportation systems. As a result, companies working at the intersection of defense technology and civilian innovation, we often find ourselves positioned in rapidly expanding markets. Another area that grows dramatically during wartime is logistics and supply chain management. Conflicts disrupt traditional shipping routes, damage transportation infrastructure, and create urgent demand for moving large volumes of equipment, medical supplies, food, and humanitarian aid. Governments and organizations that rely heavily on private companies that can quickly adapt logistics networks to unpredictable conditions. Businesses that specialize in cargo transport, fleet management, supply chain analytics, warehouse automation, and alternative distribution routes often experience significant growth during these periods. In many cases, the logistics innovations developed during wartime later transform global trade systems long after conflicts end. Energy markets also undergo powerful shifts during times of geopolitical conflict. Wars often threaten pipelines, fuel supplies, and electricity infrastructure, forcing countries to reconsider how dependent they are on external energy sources. As a result, investment rapidly flows into energy independence and diversification projects. Renewable energy systems, energy storage technologies, and alternative fuels. Environmental goals. Businesses that provide solar infrastructure, wind energy technology, battery storage systems, hydrogen fuel development, or microgrid solutions may find strong demand as the governments attempt to secure stable energy supplies during uncertain times. Battlefields, digital infrastructure has become a major target for attacks. Financial systems, government databases, communication networks, transportation figures, and from cyber warfare. Because of this, governments and corporations invest heavily in digital defense capabilities designed to protect data and maintain operational stability. Companies specializing in threat detection, encryption technologies, network monitoring, and digital infrastructure protection often exist as cyber continue to grow alongside geopolitical tensions. Another emerging opportunity during wartime is humanitarian logistics and crisis response infrastructure. Conflicts frequently lead to displacement, refugee movements, food shortages, and healthcare emergencies. On businesses that can provide rapid response solutions for housing, healthcare, water supply, and food distribution. Companies that develop portable housing units, water purification systems, mobile medical clinics, emergency communication systems, and disaster logistics networks become essential partners in managing humanitarian crises. Although these industries are often associated with relief efforts rather than profit, they represent large and growing global markets driven by the urgent need for stability during chaotic situations. Food production and agricultural technology also gain importance during wartime disruptions, often interrupt agricultural supply chains and international food exports, creating shortages and price instability in global markets. In response, many governments increase investment in domestic food production, agricultural innovation, and food security systems. Technologies such as vertical farming, greenhouse agriculture, precision irrigation, and climate-resistant crops become more valuable as countries attempt to stabilize their food supply. Businesses involved in agricultural technology may discover new demand from governments seeking reliable ways to produce food, even during periods of geopolitical instability. When looking at history, it becomes clear that crises often accelerate economic evolution. Industries that expand during wartime frequently continue growing long after conflicts end, because the best innovations developed during crises reshape entire economic systems. The technologies, infrastructure, and strategies created under pressure often become permanent parts of global commerce. Understanding these shifts allows entrepreneurs, investors, and analysts to recognize emerging markets earlier than the rest of the world. The key lesson is that while war brings enormous human suffering and destruction, it also forces rapid economic adaptation. New problems demand new solutions, and those solutions often create entirely new industries. Businesses that focus on resilience, innovation, logistics, security, energy stability, and reconstruction are often positioned at the center of these transformations. Thank you for watching Freema Synergy. If you found this discussion valuable, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, comment with your thoughts, and share it with others who enjoy learning about global business trends and economic strategy. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode.